Hey, beautiful human, what it do? My name is Patrick and this is Porché Tarot. I wanted to come to you today with a kind of a random topic, honestly. We are getting ready for Valentine's Day, and I wanted to talk a little bit about the Romance Tarot Oracle deck and some of the more negative topics that come up in terms of romantic relationships. So I have 5 of them here. Out of a 44 or 52 card deck, that's not too bad of negative topics that come up. But the main topic that I wanted to talk about is unrequited love. If you can see that, hopefully that focuses. So if you're single this Valentine's Day, if you're not single this Valentine's Day, if you're dating, if things are new, the topic of unrequited love comes up quite a bit, and this is a topic that to me is just really interesting. There's not enough chemistry, attraction. There's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. When I think about rejection, I think about abandonment, I think about all these sort of terms that we use around romantic relationships. And when I hear people talk about, I've heard folks talk about like they don't want what I have to offer them, or any number of things that basically come up. Like the term that comes up for me is unrequited love, which to me means it's like you're giving more to a situation than you feel like you're getting back. And that also brings up a couple of other terms to me. Codependency is the first one. Addictions are affecting your romantic life. Okay. And codependency, a lot of people speak to it as something that is unique to addictions. But you can also be addicted to love, right? And you can, in a codependent relationship, you can want something that somebody can't give you, and you can demand that of them. And that is a codependent act as well. So when I hear of unrequited love, I also think of codependency. And this is not to say anybody and everybody is a codependent, but there are certain behaviors, right? It's just like not everybody is a narcissist, but there are narcissistic behaviors and things that people do that are narcissistic behaviors. Doesn't make anybody bad, and I think we all have them. But when I think of unrequited love, it feels like shit. It really does. It feels like, when there's not attraction or chemistry, it feels like shit, particularly if it's on one side of a situation and not the other. So if you are really into somebody and they're not into you, that's kind of what I feel about, or what unrequited love is. But we all go through situations where we're the person that feels unrequited love towards somebody. We're like, I don't know. I can't do that, right? And that, I think, because we know what it feels like from our perspective to have an opinion about somebody else that is in that vein, it also feels shitty when when we feel that thing is coming to us or towards us. And that comes to this next card. Pay attention to red flags. The signs are cautioning you. There are a lot of different kinds of red flags. I feel like the biggest one is if you feel like somebody is not into you, because you're wasting your time if they're not. I think one of the things that comes up for folks, and this goes into the next card, let go of control issues. Okay. Allow this situation to unfold naturally. I say this as if I'm a sage in this area, and I am not. Let me be the first to tell you. But people tell you things through their actions. And oftentimes we want closure in situations where there is no need for closure, because the person is telling you through their actions that they've closed the door. So a lot of times we expect somebody to tell us things that we already know, which is insanity. When I say it out loud, it's even more insane. But It's a control mechanism. You're like, well, no, you should tell me what you feel about me. Yes, I think people should tell you what they think about you. And I try to do that in more of my relationships and situations. However, that doesn't always happen, and that's not always somebody's responsibility. Sometimes people come into your life to teach you a lesson, and sometimes that lesson is for you to know what you know and feel what you feel, you know, and not hold on to people that are not holding on to you. I think in a lot of ways, it's easy sometimes to get into the feeling that like you can sit and stew about a person, thinking that somehow they're feeling you thinking about them. And oftentimes that is actually not the case. A person has moved on. You are not on their mind. You are not, they're not thinking about you, right? But in your mind, you're like, this person, you know, this person can feel me stewing. This person can feel me being upset. And again, that's not necessarily true. And that comes to the last card. And this is actually a good card. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. Love yourself first, okay? So in these, you know, in the vein of unrequited love, if you can love yourself, then you can love yourself enough to move on from a situation. You can also love yourself enough to learn from a situation so that you can speak more about what you want in the future, okay? There are billions of people in the world. Lots of fish in the sea. It sounds so cliche and annoying, and even when I say it out loud, it's annoying. But it's okay to move on, right? And it's okay for things to end and them to come back as well. So if that makes you ever feel better, then you can live in that life too. But when there's not enough, in my opinion, if there is enough attraction and chemistry for a relationship to keep going, it will just continue. Whatever the excuse is, if it's not strong enough for the relationship to move forward, then it's not strong enough. There's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep it going. There's not enough love there. So those are my thoughts on unrequited love. Thank you for joining my TED Talk. Just kidding. If you're single, if you're dating, if you're sad or alone this Valentine's Day, don't be. Love yourself first. I see a beautiful future for you. And yeah, take a look at my tarot readings coming up. There will be more love. Life goes on. And yeah, if you're alone this Valentine's Day, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Love yourself first. Thanks.